day, grade 12 learners. Welcome to today's mathematical literacy lesson. My name is Methala Chia. This lesson is brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Education in collaboration with Saibono Discovery Center. Boys and girls, we have arrived to the moment that you've been waiting for the entire year. Remember, we have prepared ourselves for this final day. Today, it is our last session for paper 1, whereby we need now to nail it and make sure that tomorrow, when we sit for this examination, we are ready mentally, physically, emotionally. Everything must be ready, boys and girls, and I hope you are as excited as I am. Boys and girls, without any waste of time, because we've got a lot to cover, let us see. We are saying by the end of this lesson, this is what you should be able to do. You should be able to identify the exam structure and work with topics for paper 1. I think by now you know what are the topics for paper 1, and what we are just going to focus on for today, it will be the structure of the paper and see how it goes. And don't worry, you know, because you wrote the junior examination, the structure has been the same, the topics have been the same. You wrote the prelim examination, you know the structure of the paper, and now in June it was out of 200, and then during the prelims it was out of 300, 150 for paper 1 and 150 for paper 2. Now today we are on our final lap. Now we are like, this is our last hurdle that we must cross, and then after crossing this hurdle, tomorrow now we are on the winning line. We are there. So boys and girls, now let's quickly check the topics that are going to be there in your paper 1. We know that paper 1, it is 3 hours. This one is given. The paper 1 is 3 hours. We know it's 150 marks for 3 hours. And then finance. What is the weight of finance? It means finance, it is 60% of the paper. It will cover 60% of the paper. And then data handling will cover 35% of the paper, and probability. Remember, these 3 topics are the ones that are comprising the paper 1. So boys and girls, we are saying the total for paper 1, it will be 150 marks, 60% of finance, 35% of data handling, and then 5% of probability. And remember, probability, it's not a standalone, it will be integrated in the topics. Now let's have a look at the layout of the paper. This is what you're going to find on your paper tomorrow. Question 1, it will be finance and data handling, meaning it is a integration of the 2 topics, whereby they are only testing the level 1. So meaning it's the recall level, where you just recall what you were taught in class, and then after you recall it, you just go through the questions and then you answer. You don't need, there's no too much of working out of the answers. You go straight to the information given, and then you read, you identify the answer. That's it. That is level 1 type questions for question 1. So question 1 is a must get, no matter what, because it's level 1. It's the simplest question, so it's a must get. So tomorrow when you arrive 8 o'clock in the morning, you are seated, and then take a deep breath. Remember everything that you have learned throughout the year, and remember our grade 12 actually starts, we're in grade 10. These topics, we have done them in grade 10, we have done them in grade 11, and then now we're just concluding everything in grade 12. So now we are saying question 2. Question 2, it will be finance. And then under this finance of question 2, all the topics of finance, any topic can come out. Number 1, we know in finance we have financial documents, that is number 1, and then we have taxation, where they ask income and expenditure. Taxation, the VAT is there. Income tax is there also, it's part of finance. And then also under finance we have income and expenditure, we have cost price and selling price, and we have exchange rate, we have hire purchase, we have loans. all those inflation, they all comprises a paper, a finance paper 1. So also the tariff systems will be there. So, but we don't know which aspect or which subtopic will the examiner focus on under question 2, but we know that question 2, it will be strictly finance, and it's not difficult because all our questions are the same. So meaning the structure of the paper is the same, the method of answering the questions is the same, the concepts are the same. The only thing that will change, it will be the wording. So that is why I'm saying, if they give us a financial documents, you know how to answer financial documents. If they say there's a tariff question, you know how to answer that tariff. Income and expenditure, you know how to answer all those questions. So you don't need to stress as long as you are relaxed and you are able to recall what you have learned. And then question 3. Under question 3, it will be our data handling. And then the data handling, we also know the data handling. Firstly, we do what? We calculate, actually we identify, and then after identifying, we develop the questions. After developing the questions, that is what data handling. We develop the questions and then we summarize the data, and after summarizing, we analyze that data, we represent it on the graph, and then from there, what we do now, we analyze it. So that is finance. And then for question 4, it will be a integration of 2 topics. Now we are combining the finance and data handling. So question 4 and 5, it is an integration of the 2 topics in finance and data handling. But on these 2 questions, it is high ordered question, not that high because it's not difficult. You'll see when we say it's a high ordered question, that's where you just need to give a reasons as to why. And then also when you say it's higher ordered question, it is where you involve a multi-step calculation. Now you have to do everything in multi-steps. So we say it's an high order, but level 1 and 2, you can answer it. So meaning question 1, it's a must answer. Question 2, it's a must answer. Question 3, it's a must answer. Question 4 and 5, you are nailing it. You are chopping up now to get what? A distinction. And I believe in you that you are going to give us the distinctions. We need to put Gauteng number 1, back to its position. And then note that again, probability. Remember I said probability is 5%. So probability, it won't be a standalone question. You won't get a question on the paper that says this question 5 or question 3 or question 2 or question 4. It's for only probability. No, it is integrated in the questions. So it means probability, you can find it in question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. So where it is appropriate, you can find that probability. Now, without any waste of time, boys and girls, let us quickly go through the questions that you can expect in the exam. What you are going to do today, it doesn't mean that it will be exactly the same questions that you are going to get in your exam tomorrow. Remember, even ourselves as your teachers, we don't know how the paper looks, but we know the structure of the paper, we know the concepts, so we know and believe that you'll be able to answer. But as to what the examiner will be testing, we don't know. We'll only see the paper tomorrow as you'll be seeing it for the first time. Now, let's have a look at this one. When you look at this one, it says, here we are given the number of items, or the table here. On this table, we have the items that are bought, and then the 5 shops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shops, meaning we are comparing the data of 6 shops. We want to check the prices of the same items on the 6 shops. So now what is happening on this question? When you get such type of a question, don't worry. As you can see, it says inflation. Here it means you are talking about inflation. Due to inflation, many South Africans are turning to house brands to help reduce their food budget. The table alongside compares the prices of 10 food items and 6 non-food items, item at 5 different retails in 2023. So they are telling us that it's 10 food prices, 10 food items, and then 6 non-food. So when you look here, the non-food, it is indicated, boys and girls, so you don't need to stress to ask yourself, where is that information, where am I going to get it? That information is right there. Now on top we say it is food items, so it means you have the food items and the non-food items below, and then again you need to read the entire question before. Actually, you need to read the entire scenario or context given before attempting to answer the questions. So don't just be excited and say, oh, it's inflation. Let me, no. What you need to do, when it says 10 to 9 tomorrow, remember 8:30, they will give you the answer sheet. You complete the answer sheet, and then 20 to 9, they give you the question paper. 8:45, you do verification of the paper. After doing the verification of the paper, then 10 to 9, you are given time to go through the paper. It's a reading time. So during that reading time, that's when now you need to check the questions that you master, that you know very well that this one, I'm going to nail it. And then you strategize. Now you say, okay, fine, question 1, it's in the back. I know it's a level 1 type question. And then now I go to question 2. Question 2, it's all about what? Finance. Which part? Okay, let me quickly go through question 2 and see which part of finance is being tested. And then you go to question 3, you check which part of data handling, and then you go to question 4 and 5, you do the same. So with this one now, you check, okay, I'm giving this table, and then they're telling me that they say all products compared are the same size, mass, volume, or quantity. So it means they're comparing all the same things. Now, let's go to the questions. Identify the shop with the cheapest white sugar. Now, how do you answer that question? You go straight, we're talking about what? White sugar. Here is our white sugar. And then you check the prices of white sugar. So Woolworths, it's 49 rand 99, and then Spar, it's 52 rand 99. Premium store, it will be 51 rand 99. Food Lovers, it's 42 rand 99. Checkers, it's 49.99, and then Pick and Pay, it's 51.99. So now looking at all the stores, which one is the cheapest? And here the question, it says identify the shop with the cheapest white sugar. So they don't say the price that, or the cheapest price. They say the store that has the cheapest price for white sugar. So we have gone through the stores and then their prices. Which one is the cheapest now? According to this, 42.99 is the cheapest. And then which store is that one that is giving us the cheapest one? It is the Food Lovers. Food Lovers. That is the store that is giving us the cheapest price for white sugar, because it is 42.99. It's lesser than all these other stores. Now let's move to question 2. 1.2. Define the term inflation. Remember now, when we started there, we saw they said this information, it's inflation, it's based on inflation, because now what are we doing with inflation? We are checking the price increase over a period of time. So now we say inflation, it is the increase in the cost of goods over a period of time. So now when we talk about inflation, what we are looking at, we are saying the increase in the cost of goods, like you have checked with the sugar here, or with this information, the grocery items from 6 different stores. Now, when you talk about inflation, now we are checking how much did these items increased with over a period of time. So meaning if we are comparing 2023 to 2024, we are checking that in 2023, in general, what was the cost of sugar, brown sugar or white sugar at these stores? And then now it's 2024. What is the cost of sugar? So if there was an increase by a certain percentage, it doesn't mean when they say the inflation is low, it means the price are going to be low. No, they are not going to reduce the price, but the increase won't be as high as when the inflation is high. If they say the inflation is 5%, it means the price of food will increase by 5%. And then if they say inflation is sitting at 3%, the price of goods will, or food will increase by what? By 3%. It doesn't mean that the prices will go down, but they will continue growing. But now here what is happening, it will increase on a certain percentage over a period of time. That is the term definition, or the term inflation, the increase in the cost of goods over a period of time. I hope you got it, boys and girls. And remember, terminologies, we have done the terminologies in class. Right from the beginning of the year, you are given a list of terminologies. So every time when we're doing the lessons throughout the year, we've been doing terminologies with you. Now, at this moment, you should be able to have an idea of what is the meaning of inflation, what is the meaning of this terminology, financial terminologies. You need to be familiar with those terminologies. And others, you don't even need to memorize them, know them off by heart. But what happens, you just need to know how to explain them in a given context. You explain, or you give the definition of the terminology based on the given context. Now here, let's continue, boys and girls. It says, arrange the frozen mixed vegetable prices of all the various retails in ascending order. Now, where do we go? We go to the frozen mixed vegetables. That's where we are. The frozen mixed vegetables. Here they are. This is the line for the frozen mixed vegetables. Now they say arrange the frozen mixed vegetable prices for all the various retails in ascending order. In ascending order meaning from the smallest to the highest, in ascending order. Now looking at this, let's see. Woolworths, it's 47.99. Spar, it's 43.99. Premium stores is 46.99. Food Lovers is 39.99. Checkers is 29.99. Pick and Pay is 34.99. So looking at these prices, they set in ascending order. Now I have to start now with the smallest one, which is 29.99. And then I'm done with the 29.99. And then let me check, it is followed by what? By 34.99. Remember, now I'm arranging. And then followed by what? By 39.99. That is this one. And then followed by 43.99. Here is my 43.99. After 43.99, we have 46.99. 46.99. And then the last one being 47.99. And then, boys and girls, because they said we must arrange, you must go directly to the question. It said frozen mixed vegetables. You need to go to frozen mixed vegetables, not any other item. And they said we must arrange what the prices. They did not say arrange the store name, which store is the cheapest, arrange the prices of the frozen mixed vegetable according to the stores, the cheapest store in ascending order. No, here they don't want the name of the store, but they want you to arrange the prices. So there we have arranged the prices, we have underlined the frozen vegetables, and then we have checked which one is the smallest. So ascending order is from the smallest to the biggest. Now let's move on, boys and girls. It says, show how the basket total of 812 rand 84 for Woolworths was calculated. Now we go to Woolworths. If we check Woolworths, here is our Woolworths, and then Woolworths, we have the basket. Now they are not only talking about what? They're not only talking about the food items or the non-food items, but they are saying the entire basket, meaning here we are combining what? The non-food and the food. Now looking at this, our food total, there are two ways in which you can do this. Let's quickly do the first one now. We say, how did they arrive to the 812? So the total food items, here they are, they added up to what? To 487 rand 90 cents. It's already given. They said it is the total for what? For the food items. Plus, now the non-food items, here is our non-food items. The non-food items is how much? It is 324 rand 94 cents. Now these two, then don't forget, your calculator must forever be there. And boys and girls, as you do as you'll be doing your revision in class today, don't forget, use a calculator that you're going to use tomorrow. Don't say tomorrow I'm going to borrow another calculator and use it in class. Therefore, you don't know how to operate. Use the calculator that you are familiar with. Now, let's quickly add, because they say to us, show how did they arrive to this amount, and here is the amount at the bottom. We are given that amount, but now they want us to show how did they arrive to that one. So we say 487 rand 90 cent plus 324 rand 94 cent. It will give us the total amount to be 812 rand 84 cent. So that's how they got to this item, to this amount. Or this is one way of doing it. And another way of doing it, you take all this total, you say basket total, and then it's equals to, then you start there, you say 14.99. And remember now, given the time and the marks, if the information is there, if the answers are there, guys, just write the answers. So you add all this, 39.99 plus 47.99 plus 89.99 plus 49.99 plus 36.99. Okay, we're missing 149.99. Let me edit here. 49.99 plus, we are here now, plus 19.99 plus 109.99 plus 84.99. Remember, now we are adding this as well to the list. 34.99 plus 54.99 plus 23.99 plus 148 rand 99 plus 34.99 plus 26.99. So when you add all this, they should give you what? 812 rand 84. So you can either do it this way or this way. But if the answers are there, why not? Why not use the information given? Use the shortest method, but be accurate. So the shortest method, you have identified the food item, the total cost for the food items and the total cost of the non-food items. You add the two, this is what you'll pay at the till point. So if they say show, it means you have to redo the calculation. Even if the answer is there, you have to redo the calculation. Calculate the next one. Calculate the difference in price of a bottle of chutney at Food Lovers and Spa. So now here we'll be focusing at the bottle of chutney, where at Food Lovers and Spa. Now we go straight to the food chutney. There we have Spa chutney. There it is. There's our chutney, and then here is the price of chutney at Spa, and then what is the price of chutney at Food Lovers? It is this one. Now they say the difference. Here when we talk about the difference, it means we have to subtract. In Meslit, when we talk about the difference, we are subtracting. Then we say 47.99 minus, so the big amount minus the small amount. So because now we are comparing Food Lovers and Spa, we say 47.99 minus what? The price there being 28.99, where at Spa. Then you take your calculator. 47.99 minus 28.99. Then the amount is 19 rand. That is the amount, 19 rands. So don't forget, you have to write it. It must show that it is 19 rand. Even if you don't put the zeros, it's fine, it's 19 rand. But don't add the units that are not there. So because it's plain 19 rand, we just add the zeros to make it monetary. But even if you set 19 rand, you still get the full marks. As you can see, it's level 1 type questions, so meaning it's very easy for you to answer these questions. So you go directly, you check the chutney, and then where at Spa and Food Lovers, what are the prices, and then the question said the difference in the price, at the two stores, and then you say the bigger amount minus the smaller amount, and then you get the difference of 19 rand. Now let's move on. Write down the name of the food item that has the same price at 5 of the shops. Now quickly scanning here, you just have a look which one. Here 1, 2, okay. Baked beans, it's only 2 stores that are having same price. And then tuna, you check, tuna is 1, 2, 3. The question says 5 stores, food item that is the same price at 5 stores. So now here, like I said, it is 10.99. It's not that one. And then tuna, it is 19 and 19. So in a way, if we check, we are saying the mode. In a way, we are like calculating, we're determining the mode, because the mode is the number that appears mostly. But now here, let's check. This one is 24. It's not there. Then we go to the next one. Do we have any numbers that are common? Nope. And then cooking oil, it's 89, 98, 94, 84, 89, 84. So it means it's not, because 89 there are 2, 90, 84 there are 2. So it's not. And then chutney, 49, 28 is 2. And then 24, it's not chutney. Quickly, we go to the next one. 49, white sugar, it's 49, 52, 51, 42, 49, 51. So meaning 51, there are two. And then we move to the next one. It's not that one. Apples, it's 36.99. 20.99, 34.99, 32.99, 34.99. So the 34s, there are three, but it's not because they said five. And then you go to cabbage. Cabbage, it's 19 rand, 23.99. And then we have another 19, we have another 19. So looking at this one, it's 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. So how many stores are having the same price? It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which food item? It's give us cabbage. And then now, long life milk, just by looking quickly, finishing up everything, long life, it's 94, 94, 94. So it means it's not the long life. So the shop, write down the name of the food item that has the same price at 5 shops. It is what? Cabbage. It's there. We are done. You see, the answers are there. I don't even need to scratch my head because the answers are there. Right. 1.1.7, write as a unit ratio. Now, as a ratio is against in a column 4 when you talk about the ratio. Now, of what? The ratio, a unit ratio, the price of tuna. Now, I must go to tuna. Here's my tuna. And then to the price of apples at Checkers. So I must go to apples, where the apples, here they are. But which store? They are being specific to say I must go to Checkers now. Then I must go to Checkers. So that means I'm not just going to any other store. I check what is the price of tuna at Checkers. It is 19.99. And then the price of apples is 34.99. And then they say the price, right, as a unit ratio, the price of tuna. So the price of tuna, so it means it is 19.99 is to what now? The price of apples, 34.99. And remember, they both have rands because we are just comparing. So it's ratios, the units are the same. So it is 19.99 is to what? Is to 34.99. And because the examiner never said we need to simplify it as 1:2. If it was 1:2, then we're going to divide by 19.99 on the left, and what you do on the right, you must also do on the left. So if it was 1:2, we are just going to divide by 19.99 and then also divide by 19.99. But now the question never specified to say in its simplest form. They just said in a ratio, unit ratio, that means of the tuna price to the apples at where? At Checkers. So it is the 19.99 is to 34.99. Now let's move on to the next one now, boys and girls. As we are moving to the next question, it says a comparison of 2022 and 2023 basket total is listed in the table below. Classify the data below as numerical or categorical. Now, when we check the stores here, they never said anything about the stores. If we're to talk about the stores, we're going to say it's categorical. So at a certain category. But now here, they said classify the data below. Where is our data? Here is our data. Here is our data. And then now, is it numerical or categorical? So remember, numerical, we are talking about numbers. Categorical, we are talking about the shops. So now here, our data, it is what? It is numerical because it is numbers. Numerical data because it's all about numbers. There is no category to say we are talking about the frozen vegetables, or we are talking about the dairy, or we are talking about the groceries. or we are talking about the cleaning aids, or no, we are not talking about such. But here we are just talking about the entire basket to be numerical. It's not categorical. Now let's go to the next one. It says a comparison again of the 2022 and 2023 basket total is listed in the table below. Write the modal basket. What are we talking about now? What they want, it is a modal basket price for 2023. And what is modal? Mode is the most appearing number. And which year? We are talking about 2023. So now we are being directed to 2023, not 2022. So now we look at the number that appears more than any other number. We have 707 rand cent, and then we have 732 rand 84, we have 670 rand 84, 650 rand 84, 650 rand 84. So meaning which number appears, which basket appears more than once? It is this one. So it means our modal is what? 650 rand 84. So boys and girls, as you can see, the answers are there. I am not even scratching. It's level 1 type question because everything is there. We just have to pinpoint out to say, oh, okay, they are referring to this, and then I go to that. Now the next one, it says calculate the median. That one, it was the mode. Now this one, we're talking about the median, and the median, it is the middle number. And how do we calculate the median? Let's check our data set. Where do we start with the median? We first have to check the median basket of what? Of 2023. Now, if it's a median basket of 2023, it means my focus will be on 2023. Now, looking at these amounts of 2023, is the data arranged in an ascending order? Because for us to get a median, we first have to do what? Arrange the data set in an ascending order. So now, if we are to arrange our data set in an ascending order, we have 650 rand 84 here, and then the next one, it is 650 rand 84. Okay, let me do it as a point here so that you can see. And then now the next one, we have the 670 rand 84. The next one, I always forget here. The next one, it is 707. You see now, it's 707, comma or 0.01, and then the next one being 732 rand 84. So now looking at this data set, it's 650, 650, 670, 707, 732. Now, when we are we have arranged our data set in an ascending order. Now we want the median. We have one this side, and then we have this side, and we have 2. What is our median number? Then it is our median. Our median is equals to what? 670 rand 84. That is our median. Then let's continue, boys and girls. Let's go to the next one now. The next one, it says calculate the mean basket. Remember, we have calculated what? The mode or the modal, the most appearing number for the basket of 2023, and then we have calculated the median of the basket for 2023. And then now this one, it says calculate what? The mean for the basket for 2024. 2. Now, when we are to calculate the mean, so basically what is happening here, boys and girls, you need to know the formula that you use. How do we calculate the mean? So now we set the mean. How do we calculate the mean? Is equals to the sum of the total, the sum of the total number of items. We add these items forward for 2022 now. Here we don't need to rearrange our data because we are just calculating the mean. Then we just say, okay, it is 608,34 plus the 590,84 plus 584,74 plus 567,84 plus what? 563,84. Divide. Now remember, when we do the mean, we add the sum of the values and divide it by the total number of values. How many are there? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to divide our answer by 5. So the mean is equals to what? Now quickly, let's take our calculator, and then it's 608,34 plus 590,84 plus 584,74 plus 567,84 plus 563,84. Now, what is the total there? Our total is 2,915 rand 60 cents. This amount we divide it by 5 because we are looking for the mean. We divide by 5. And remember, boys and girls, you need to show all your working calculations. So now the mean will be what? The mean, our mean is equals to 583 rand 12 cents. That is our mean. So boys and girls, don't make that mistake of not checking which information is required, the data that is being used there. The question comes from which data, the 2022 or 2023. You just need to check that one. Now let's move on, boys and girls. Now the next one, it says identify the third highest percentage difference. So the third highest percentage difference. Now looking at this now, you say, okay, fine. How do I check that one? The premium store, 1621, and then we have the spa is 24. Here we are talking about the percentage difference. Then we have 1621, we have 24, we have 14,72%, we have 14,62% and 15,42%. So now looking at this data, now the highest one, the first one is this one, is 24, is the highest, followed by what? Followed by 16 rand, 16 comma, not 16 rand, 16,21. And then the third one is 15,42. So meaning here they say identify the third highest percentage difference, which is what? 15,42%. Done. Can you see? They said the third highest. I've identified the third highest. Now, let's move on, boys and girls. It says, write the percentage difference for a spa as a common fraction. Percentage difference. Yes, our percentage difference for what? For spa. And then what is the percentage difference for SPA is 24. And remember, they say as what? As a common fraction. So here we are given this percentage, 24%. Remember, all these figures, they are in percentage. It's percentage difference. So 24% is the same as now, as a common fraction, it is 24 over 100. And for writing this, sometimes it's 2 marks for having the denominator and the numerator. So this is your denominator, and then 24%, it means 24 over 100. That's it. So they said they want it as a common fraction. If it was as a decimal fraction, I would simply say 24 divided by 100, and then it will give me what? 0.24. That one, it will be as what? As a decimal, but the question is not of a decimal, the question is of a common fraction. Now, quickly, boys and girls, let's move on to the next one. Joanne is a 56-year-old professional, works as an accountant. She is the main member of her medical aid along. She is the main member of her medical aid along with her husband and a son. In the 2022-2023 tax year, she received an average taxable income of 47. Here we are told it's an average taxable income of 47,520 per month. Now, when it comes to taxation, we need to identify. Now, boys and girls, it looks like we are having a glitch here. We'll be back in a minute. It's just a technical glitch, boys and girls. Welcome back, boys and girls. Sorry about the technical glitch that you have encountered. You know, sometimes things do happen. Boys and girls, we're on this question, the 2.1. It's all about taxation, the tax table that you'll get on your paper. Here, remember I said we are just doing the tax table. We don't know it will come in which form, but we know how to answer. Once we know how to answer the questions on the income tax, it will be easier. So now we are given the tax table. Let's quickly go to this one. But before we can even go to that one, we say Joanne, she is 56 years old, a professional work. She's 56 years old, professional, works as an accountant. She is the main member of her medical aid, meaning she's the main member of the medical aid along with her husband and son. So now here we are saying in the 2022-2023 tax table, here it is. Here she receives an average taxable income. So an average taxable income. Here we are told that it is a taxable income. And once they say to us it is a taxable income, it means the non-tax deductibles have been subtracted. You don't need to do any subtraction because already they're being subtracted to get what the taxable income. And our income is given as what? As a monthly income. It says use the tax income tables alongside regarding the way individuals pay personal income tax and use it to answer the questions that follow. Let's quickly go to the questions. It says, what is the organization that is responsible for the collection of taxes? So quickly here, we are just going to say it is South African Revenue Services, SARS. I'm just giving you an abbreviation of South African Revenue Services, just to save time because of the technical glitch. Now let's quickly go to 2.1.2. Discuss the purpose of paying income tax. Why do we pay income tax? So now the money that we are contributing, so the purpose of paying tax is that the money is used to do what? It is used to run the country, money used to run the country by our government. So it means with this money that you are contributing, remember each and every single person who is working in the country, we are contributing towards pay as you earn income tax. So that money, it is the one that the government is using to run the country, like for you to get the healthcare, free healthcare, the free education, the social grants that that you are getting, the 350 and stuff. All those monies, they come from where? From the income tax. Now it says, what is the maximum tax table taxable income for tax bracket number 3? What is the maximum taxable income for tax bracket number 3? So we have tax bracket number 1, number 2, number 3. And then now taxable income, as you can see, it says from between 370,501 and 512. So meaning the maximum is what? It is 512,800. That is the maximum taxable income for tax bracket number 3. As you can see, it's tax bracket number 1, number 2, number 3. Let's move on to the next one. Can you see, boys and girls, the questions are so simple. You just identify the answers from the given table. Now again, it says here Joanne is a 56-year-old professional work, and then professional works as an accountant. Determine Joanne's annual taxable income. What is she receiving? She is receiving a monthly taxable income of 47,000. So the annual taxable income. So for you to calculate the annual taxable income, you take the monthly income that she's receiving, 47,520, you multiply it by 12. And then as you multiply it by 12, we are converting it to an annual one, which is 47,520. We multiply it by 12, and then we get the annual taxable income to be 570,240. That is the annual taxable income. So it means you just take the monthly income, you multiply it by 12 to get what? The annual income. And then the next question says, calculate Joanne's yearly medical aid credits. Here it's not contribution, but it is what? Medical aid credits. So now when you look here, on our tax table here, we are given the medical tax credit. Here they are. They say medical tax credit. For the principal member, it is what? 364. So now the question says yearly Joanne's yearly medical aid credits. We say yearly medical aid credits. Then it's equals to what? She's the main member, number one. How much is she getting for the credits? It's 364. And then the husband, along with the husband is the first dependent. And then it is what? 364 plus the child, the son. Now the credit for the son, it is 246. Now you take all of this. Remember, we are talking about the annual. We multiply by 12. So let me quickly do this. I add the amounts because it's everything multiplied by 12. You can either say 364 multiplied by 12 plus 364 multiplied by 12 plus 246 multiplied by 12. But to have a shorter method, you just say 364 plus 364 plus 246. And then it gives us what? 974. This 974, we multiply it by 12 because we are calculating the yearly one. So we just multiply by 12. It gave us the 11,688. Remember, a question says calculate Joanne's yearly medical aid credits. So yearly medical aid credits is 364 for the main member, 364 for the first dependent, which is the husband, and then 246 for the son, and then all added, and then you multiply by 12. That is your yearly medical tax credit for Joanne. And then let's move on to the next one now. Remember, boys and girls, we are still using the very text table that is given. Now it says Joanne, a 56-year-old professional, annual taxable income is 570,240. The annual medical aid is 11,688. And then now looking at this, it says determine the annual amount of tax Joanne should pay. Now here they're saying the annual amount of tax Joanne should pay. Now we go back to where now? The tax bracket. We have to identify the correct tax bracket. What is his annual taxable income? It's 570. So 570, it belongs to which tax bracket? Let's do this quickly. We say this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So looking at this, 5, 6, 7. Now tax bracket number 4. 570, it belongs to tax bracket number 4. So after you have identified the correct tax brackets, now let's quickly do the calculation now, because they said how much should Joanne pay annually. for the tax. So now using the tax bracket, now it is 121,475 plus the 36% of the amount. So meaning it is 36% of the amount above what? 512. So when they say of the amount of above 512,800, and then what is his yearly taxable income? It is 570. So we take that 570, 240, we subtract the 512 because they said amount above 512,800, and then this one, it stays the same, boys and girls. Remember, we are using the bottomers. We start with the bracket first. So it is plus 36%, and this 36% is the same as having 36 over 100. Then we just do this. We put it inside the bracket. So now we go back to our calculator. We say 570, 240 minus 512, 800 rand, 800, and then the answer is what it is, 57,440. So that is the amount that is above 570,240 minus 512,800. Yeah, the answer is 57,440. And then now we have to determine the 36% of that amount. This one stays the same, boys and girls. As you can see, I am not touching it. I just rewrite it as it is. And then plus now, what is the 36%? So I take this amount, I multiply it by the 36%, which is 36 divided by 100. So we get the answer to be 20,678 rand 40. Now we add the 2. But remember, now we haven't arrived to the end of the answer. We are still doing the calculation. Now I add the 2. I add this amount to 121,475. So meaning I'm adding this 2, and then it gave me now, what is the amount? 142,153 rand 40. Now, this is not the final answer. When we arrive at this stage, remember we are calculating the amount of tax that she must pay. Then now we are subtracting the medical credits. Now the medical credits is what? It is 11,688. And then what else are we subtracting now? We are subtracting the rebates. How old is she? She is 56. And if she's 56, it means here's the rebates. And then she falls under the primary rebate. We are subtracting the primary rebates, which is 17,235. Let's quickly see. I haven't cleared my calculator now. I'm just subtracting 11,688, and then I also subtract 17,235, and then the answer will be 113,230 rand 40. This is her annual amount of tax that Joanne should pay. So can you see, boys and girls, on these questions, you don't need to worry. You just need to apply the bottomers. You start working with the bracket, and then after solving the bracket, then you add. After adding, you subtract the rebates, you subtract the medical credit, and then this is what she will pay at the end of a year. So now if they can say monthly, you just divide this answer by 12. It will give you the monthly one. Now let's quickly check this one. Mrs. Lamini, aged 65, earns a monthly basic salary of 80,000. Here, it's a monthly basic salary. She contributes 7.5% of her monthly basic salary to her pension fund. She donates 10,000 per year. So it means she also has the donations to charity organization. Calculate Mrs. Dlamini's annual taxable income. Annual taxable income now. If I'm to calculate the annual taxable income, it will be 80,000 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 12. Now, quickly now. For this one, let's quickly do it. 80,000 multiplied by 12. So this is annual taxable income, which gives me the amount to the value of 960,000. This is the annual taxable income. So now, boys and girls, if you check here, we are given what? The 7.5. So now here they say calculate Mrs. Dlamini's annual taxable income. It just ends the annual taxable income. Boys and girls, given the time, I just want to touch on everything that appears here. I'm not going to waste any more time on this question now. 2.4. Michael is saving for an overseas trip, which will cost him a total of 38,000. He invests his profit of 32,000 for 3 years. His bank offered him 6% simple rate per annum. So meaning it's 6% simple interest rate. Will he be able to fund his overseas trip at the end of the investment period? Let's quickly check if he will be able to do so now. So now we took this one. We say year one, the interest. Now we are calculating year one, and then under year one interest, let's say interest for year one, and then quickly we say 32,500, and then we multiply it by what? By 6%, because it is annual. So it is 6/100. So quickly let's check what is the 6%. So it says 6 divided by 100, 6% of 32,500. So it means the interest is what? It is 1,950. And then this 1,950, it is the interest that he will get at the end of year one, the interest only. So because it's a simple interest, now simple interest, it means the interest stays the same, it doesn't change. Year one, year two, year three, you will get the same interest. So we quickly have to do what? We just have to multiply it by 3. We say the 19,000 for 3 years now. Remember now here we are talking about 3 years. He has invested this amount and then he gets this interest of 1,950. We will have to multiply it by 3 years. So we just multiply it by 3 years. Here, this 3 is for the years, the period. So the total interest that he will earn after 3 years. So this is for year one, and then for 3 years, it will be 5,850. So now the total that Michael will have in the bank after 3 years, total amount, including interest, it will be 32,000, the one that he invested, plus the interest that he earned of 5,850, plus 32,500. So our answer will be 38,350. So this is what he will be having. So now the question says, will he be able to fund his overseas trip after at the end of the investment? The answer is yes. So I can just quickly do this. The answer is yes. He will be able Let me just leave it there. And then now the next one now. Let's quickly look at this one so that at least we have an idea of how to work with the simple interest and with the compound interest. Mrs. Lamine has taken a loan of 200,000. She's taken a loan of 200,000. She has to pay back the loan after 2 years at 12.5 interest per annum, compounded. Here now it says compounded annually. Now, if it is compounded annually, it says calculate the total value that Mrs. Lamini needs to repay at the end of 2 years. So now it will be here a 200,000 first year, 200,000, that the one that she took a loan, and then we multiply it by the interest rate, 12.5 over 100. So let's quickly check. This is year one. This is year one. So now it will be 200,000, 200,000 multiplied by 12.5 divided by 100, and then it gave us what? The interest of 25,000. So the balance in year one, balance will be 200,000 plus the 25,000. So it means plus 200,000. The answer will be, the balance at the end of year one, it will be 225,000, 225,000. And then we go to year two now. Year two, because we are talking about the compound interest. Now, year two, we use the very same amount, 225,000. We multiply it by 12.5 over 100. Multiply by 12.5 divided by 100. So it means in year two, it is 28,125. And then now this is our year two. So meaning the balance in year two, it will be the 225,000 plus 28,125, and then plus 225,000. So it means the answer, it will be 253,125. So meaning at the end of year two, this is what she will pay in total. Boys and girls, unfortunately, we have to come to the end of our session due to the technical glitch and due to the lesson that is coming. I hope you are ready, and remember, be calm tomorrow. Take a deep breath, arrive on time. You know everything that you have been doing from the beginning of the year up until now. You have been preparing, and I know you are not going to get any challenges. If you can check, we have touched in inflation, we have touched we have also touched the data handling, and then you have also touched the taxation, and you have touched the income and not the income and expenditure. We have touched the simple and compound interest. I'm wishing you all the best. Good luck for tomorrow, and nail it. Pass paper one, and then come Monday, we are just giving it a 100% pass. We need to put Gauteng back into its position, which is position one. Thank you for watching this lesson. See you next time. All the best for tomorrow, the grade 12s. Bye-bye.